Okay, so now that we have the general layout and structure of our website pages, we're going to dive a little deeper into actually setting up those website pages. So first of all, I did edit a couple of the copy and the titles on this home page. But what I wanted to show you is now that we have the blog page present, we can actually, in the blog section, click on the summary box that we added, edit, and you can select the blog page, to automatically show up there. Cool. So it's already good, ready to go, linked with however you have your blog page set up. And along those same lines, I wanted to also show you a couple different things that you can do with the blog page itself. So first of all, this is how our blog page, the post page, looks currently. Not bad. Typical blog page with a photo, title, and a little excerpt. You can always edit this to be different. But the one problem with the blog page is that you can add a blank section. If you wanted to add a header of some kind, you could do that. But if you did want to have a blog page similar to the template layout I gave you, there's not really a straightforward way to put your blog posts to the side like this and then have a little intro sidebar snippet about yourself too. So if you don't care about having this little side snippet, don't worry. I'll show you first how you can just add say you wanted to advertise your most important blog post. You would just put your blog title, we're going to change the font to be a heading, and say you wanted to add a photo from your blog post. We'll say this is the photo that was in your blog post. Yeah. So they would be able to click right away on this maybe highlighted blog post that you have. Add a block. Add a button. And let's edit that button to say something like read the post. And then you would attach the URL to your blog post, which right now you don't have one written necessarily. But really quick, if you go into here, I'll show you from here because it's a little backwards. Your blog with the pen, and then blog content, that is actually where you will write your blog posts. So whenever you change the photo of your blog post, all the stuff you have written, you'll change it in here. But one that I wanted to show you is if you go into your settings for that specific blog post, you can also change the image of your blog post. That shows up on your main blog page, and you can change the excerpt if you wanted it there. But what I wanted to point out is that here, this will be the URL, copy that, of that specific blog post. And since an important thing to note is that since this is still the free trial of Squarespace, you don't necessarily have your website URL, your domain name associated with this website yet. So you might not be able to set up things like the website URL specifically to this button yet. I'll show you what I mean. So when you're editing this button, you want to attach the link. Your link you have to write would typically be like your website name.com/blog/ and then the name of the blog. But you won't be able to since you don't have that URL necessarily associated with this site yet. I do believe, though, a way to kind of work around this is since you are already working in this website, you don't have to put everything, you only have to put everything after the .com or whatever. So you'd have website.com/blog/blog post 1 that we copied. Let me see if it works because this is a trial. Yeah, it did. So that would be how you could link a specific highlighted blog post on your blog page, which is kind of cool, especially if there's one that's like, your pride and joy. And then you can keep everything as is and then keep adding to your blog content by, like I said, just going into your blog page this way and adding to your blog content, add another title, post, whatever, as you like. If you are interested in adding this little side, you there's a workaround you can do. So I'll show you that really quickly. Just the first thing that's a little strange is that this blog link that you also have in your header, you actually are going to drag this down to the not linked area. And instead, we will add a blank page, not a blog page, a blank page, and name it blog. Okay, cool. So the blog's still here, and then we will also add, in the not linked section, another blog. Okay, and name it sidebar. Okay, cool. blocks. I'm just kind of checking, making sure it all makes sense. Possibly. For you and for me. Okay, so let's head back up to this blog that's just made on a blank page named blog, and we will be editing this section. Add section, blank section, add a block. We will add 2 summary blocks. So here's one, and let's add another one, summary. Okay, they're kind of wonky, I know. Okay, here we go. Perfect. Okay, so this, you can change this around, but what I did there, I just made kind of one summary be on one half, a little more than half of the page, and then the other summary be more of a vertical summary block. So this summary block, I'm going to select it as my blog page. Cool. And this summary block, I'm going to say select a page. That'll be my sidebar. Okay, cool. So we have the general layout here, how you want it to be. Let's save that. Exit. And then head back into our sidebar, because the blog content now part of the sidebar is what we're going to edit. I know this is kind of crazy, is what we're going to edit to show up like this little bar on the side that you have in the template. Okay, so the first image, this blog post 1, what we're going to use is actually a picture of yourself. If you made a circular picture of yourself, if you prepped that already, that's a great kind of design feature to have. If you don't worry, especially because you can edit how this photo shows up on your website to be circular. So no big deal. Whatever you like, whatever looks good to you. And for this is this blog post title 1 in your sidebar. This is where you do want to add a little blurb about you, like you see here. I'm just going to copy and paste this right now. And you can, hey, I'm Katrina. Okay. Okay, perfect. Save. All right. And then these other posts, you can either delete them like this, or if you wanted to just have this, you could delete the other ones. Or if you wanted to have different buttons that you create to lead your reader to different subjects that you talk about. So you say in travel, you have like food, hotels, fun, whatever. That's what you could put here. You'd remove the image and then add your button image. If you create one, there is a template pack that you receive that you can make your own cool buttons. For right now, I'm not going to do that yet. I just want to focus on the picture and kind of the about page. Let me check this out again though, because it looks like it didn't quite. Oh yeah, that's okay. Okay, okay, cool. All right, back. And the blog page is there. Good. But the blog page that shows up in your header will look different. Yeah, it will show your blog posts, all of them, but it will also show your picture and your little blurb you wrote about yourself, which I'm going to delete that title, blog post title. Oh, so that would be back in your sidebar. Options. Oops. Let's just go here. Okay. There we go. Okay, so then we go back into the blog. Yeah, all it shows is your picture, your blurb, and then if you delete these three things in your sidebar, that's all that will show in your sidebar. If you want those different category buttons, you would leave those in and put the category buttons as the photo, and you would delete the excerpt because you don't want any writing necessarily underneath the buttons. Yeah, so that nothing would show up. We would also want to make sure in this specific blog post you delete the title also so it doesn't show up underneath your button. All right. Let me know if you have any questions if you are going that route with having the sidebar. I know it can be a little roundabout way of doing things. And of course, like I said, want, if you don't even care about having the sidebar, great. I would say I'm going to do a little flip flop there and just use that blog page we already created as your main blog page. One other thing to note though, if you are sharing your blog page to people, make sure whatever one you want them to go to, so whether it be whatever takes you to the blog page when you click in the header, make sure you select, that URL and not say this URL, blog one, um, depending on what you want to share with others. I'm going to not worry about the sidebar for now. So I kind of like this, just as a nice way you see all your blog posts in one spot. Cool. But like I said, let me know if you have any questions.